first off, I want to say congratulations on the 20th anniversary of the Souls. What do you guys credit your longevity as a band to be?
Geez, we don't know how to do anything else. It's a combination of a lot of things. That's definitely one of them. We know, or more than that, we don't want to do anything else. I think to some degree, with all the things that are difficult and the things you have to go up against, in the end, we all really love creating music and the experiences that come with it and all the relationships we've developed through the years with our audience and the lifestyle. Even though some parts of it are not fun, some parts of it are tons of fun. So we pretty much grew up together. So we have this relationship, and we've developed it into a relationship with our audience, and that has always brought us back, even in the hardest times. And even now, in the last year or two, it's been pretty rough financial times, I think, for everybody, us too.
Yeah, absolutely. With the last 8 years, the Bush administration, I didn't think you would touch on the economic situation, but yeah. How actually do you feel about the last 8 years and our current situation and, how we're now digging ourselves out of this economic crisis?
Well, I think, I've learned a lot. I remember when Bush got in, we were in the studio recording Summer Vacation when the Gore and Bush election was going on, and I remember the guy who was doing the drums said, he's like, it's going to be a lot of punk bands are going to be having a lot of material now. It's going to be a pretty grim next bunch of years. And I remember he even said, he's like, I bet he's going to be in for 8. It's going to be a long, dark period. And I knew, something in me knew he was totally right. And I just was like, some part of me kind of sunk. And it was totally true. But as much as we all are just like, everything that's crappy about what happened and how Bush is and was, through that, I think the experience, all that stuff had to happen on a deeper level. All this stuff had to happen. I see the positive changes from it already. People and the way they are and the way they've, I think, perceived their lives, their country, and themselves, I think, is changing in a positive way. And that's because of how extremely horrible George Bush was.
Absolutely.
So in that sense, those things, I think, happen all for a reason. And on a deeper level, they have to happen, like kind of dragging ourselves through the gutter in a sense.
Yeah, it's like you got to fall back down in order to know how to pick yourself back up.
It's that exact philosophy, and it's still like the Onion. The newspaper, The Onion.
Yeah, absolutely. It's based out of Chicago over here.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty funny headline they had recently was "Black man gets worst job in the world."
Yeah, right.
Tells it all. It's like. Just in that one line, it's just, he's got such a job ahead of him, and then more than that, people are going to be looking to him for all this change, when really it's about everyone contributing to a change in themselves and the world around them. But all the pressure is going to be on him,
Yeah, he's got some big shoes to fill. Now, to get back to your 20th anniversary, you guys are doing this thing. It's essentially a Song of the Month club. Now, what's the idea behind that, and what's the best way for the fans to start collecting those songs throughout the year?
Well, we wanted to do something different because we have been a band for 20 years, and we just wanted to break the mold just for ourselves to make it interesting. That and the combination of times changing in the music business, changing in the way everyone gets music has changed really radically in the past few years because so many people are getting their music online. So we wanted to put the music out digitally, put it out ourselves, which made it that we could do it ourselves again affordably and actually not spend as much on the whole project. And those are motivating factors. Those are the two big motivating factors. And then the 20-year thing kind of fell into the mix at some point. We were all just like, hey, wait a second, it's a 20-year thing. And then we wanted to do it. I think the first idea came, we wanted to put the songs out kind of like a TV episodes or something like that, spread them out. And then the 20-year thing fell into place. We're like, oh, of course, a song every month. it'll be a 20-year thing. We'll just run with that ball, you know.
It's obvious.
Right, it worked out, and it's been a lot of fun so far.
Now, you guys just kicked off the anniversary tour, and I understand you're breaking ground with a tour in Central America.
Yes. We've been in about a week or so, and it's our first time. We have not been to, we've been to Central America. We went to a few shows there last year for the first time, but we have not been to South America. We're going to go to Brazil, Argentina, Colombia, Peru, and it's something we've talked about for years. I mean, probably more than 10 years we've talked about it, and it's finally happening, which is kind of fun.
Now those are actually, now that I think about it, you mentioned Colombia, for example. Those are pretty dangerous territories, not only for Americans, but for people in general. Now, are you guys bringing some hefty security along for this thing, or what?
Well, no, we're just going for it. Most times, you don't know what's going to happen when you go to places like that. But in general, you know, we're probably going to be pretty well taken care of. You know, you never know what can happen, but usually there's always this pretty good promoter that's going to come pick us up and kind of show us around and get us a place to stay. So it's not always, it's of course more dangerous than America or Europe for sure, but it probably won't be that bad.
Now, to kind of hit on the overall aspect of the Bouncing Souls, a lot of your material for your songs derived from personal experiences with what you guys have gone through and the people you've met. Can you get a little bit into, and I'm sure you've answered this question before, but the biographies of some of the characters in your songs? Johnny X, for example, and Kate from Kate is Great.
Well, Johnny X, he's a good friend of ours. He's an artist, he's a musician, and he actually wrote that song. We were writing music in Hoboken years ago, and he lived in the house, and we were kind of stumped, and we were just sitting around, and he had started playing a song, and we were like, oh, that's really good, you know? So we all just went with it spontaneously. He plugged in his guitar downstairs with the band, and we all just kind of like worked it out, and within an afternoon, that was it. It was really his song. He kind of just gave it to us, and that's why he sings on it. And he's just a really, really great person, a creative person, an inspiring person, just being himself. He's been a good support and a good friend for many, many years.
And how about Kate?
Well, Kate has been the same in a different way. She's just been there to support and help the whole machine go in so many ways, you know, as a friend and as a person that handles the money and manages just all the details, like getting plane tickets and travel stuff for 8 people in like 8 or 9 cities in South America, you know, like that's a wild travel scenario. You're flying every day, accommodations every day, and making it all actually tie together is definitely a big job, especially with flights these days. You want to get as good a deal as you can. On top of that, she handles the Chunks Records office day-to-day stuff, and the Bouncing Souls, you know, all the offers that we get, she fields everything, and it's a pretty big job, and she's been just
great.
Going at it all these years, yeah.
So Kate is great.